What's up, guys? Frugal VC. Today we are talking about TinyMan on Algorand releasing its Tiny governance token. We're going to go through what this means, and then we're going to look at the claim process. I'm going to walk you through the claim process by doing it myself. That's right. So we're going to check that out. By the way, guys, if you like these kinds of videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. Now, remember, you don't have to smash it. You can actually just press it gently and it works just fine that way too. We're always bringing you the experiment. We try things out. We let you know whether it's good, bad, or ugly, everything in between. We just give you the truth. We tried this stuff out and we let you know what actually works and what doesn't. Speaking of things that actually work, we are brought to you by Non-Fungible Domains, a proud sponsor of the Frugal BC channel. That's right, Non-Fungible Domains. If you want those complicated letters and numbers for your address to be a lot simpler to remember, you can get something like me, like frugalbc.algo, and you can use that for your address instead of like LR22396. You'll never remember all that. I sure won't. Sure remember frugalbc.algo. I remember my own name. I can handle that. So go check them out in the description below and give them some love. Let them know Frugal BC sent you. In the meantime, let's get to this TinyMan governance token because a lot of people have been anticipating this. A lot of people are very interested in it, and as you know, I'm generally not the biggest fan of ASAs. Now, this is their governance token, so it'll allow you to vote on various things. We're going to look into those details in a second here, but yeah, why don't we just start from the announcement here. All right, so here we are. Today is the day AlgoFam TinyMan governance is live and Tiny has launched. Interesting that the hashtag and not the little dollar symbol, but claim your Tiny tokens and participate in our decentralized governance model. There's the airdrop. There's an airdrop page, and here's about the tokenomics. Let's read this a little bit, and then we're going to try it out. So we'll get to that. But okay, dear TinyMan community, today marks the monumental milestone in TinyMan's journey. We're thrilled to announce that TinyMan governance is now live, and the Tiny token has officially launched. There is a pivotal moment for our protocol. Is a pivotal moment for our protocol, and we're excited to share the details of the tokenomics and airdrop that's happening. All right, so basically there's a total supply of 1 billion Tiny tokens, gradual release over 4 years. This is one thing I've been encountering lately is people not really understanding that with crypto, you tend to have a release period, and it's usually gradual. 4 years actually seems kind of short, but right now people are really mad at Hedera for releasing tokens, which is just what you do when you have a cryptocurrency. It's really bizarre to me. Community focus, a significant portion reserved for you, our users. Let's go for Tiny. Also be aware of potential scams. So this is the ASA ID, and that's a really interesting, they got 2 and then all zeros. I've never seen one like that before. I wonder how they pulled that off. Yeah, there's a Tiny algo pool on TinyMan. There are Explorer links, etc., etc. We're gonna dive into that. Maybe we'll put some in that pool too. We're putting the power in your hands. Community share 35% of the total supplies dedicated to the TinyMan community, distributed through the governance rewards and liquidity mining rewards over the next 4 years. Initial circulation approximately 69.5 million Tiny tokens, which is about 7% of the total supply. And right now, more than 50% of that circulating supply is part of the airdrop. And by the way, you can get these. I'm going to show you how to get these. I've gone to the page, but I kept it open so we could do it live on the, well, not live, but you know what I mean. So we could do it together here. Yep, and 13.25% of the token supply will be in circulation on July 29th. So it's July 30th as I recorded this. It happened yesterday, and airdrop is live, and it's time for you to claim your share of Tiny tokens. Well, why don't we just... since we're there, why don't we go to that? Actually, before we do that, criteria. First phase of our airdrop is distributing the 60 million Tiny tokens based on the following criteria. Active users, liquidity providers, 30%, farmers, 10%, swappers, 10%. I was in the farmer category for the most part, I believe. Well, I guess, don't you have to be this one though? So I don't know. All TinyMan users, or do they mean people actually putting liquidity in? Well, I don't know. Anyway, all TinyMan users, 45%. Every address that has interacted with TinyMan contracts, and then NFT holders of specific TinyMan NFTs, which I think I have one of them. So that's cool. And then there's some details on the snapshots. So they took a snapshot in 2021, 22, 23, and 24. And different dates, you can see December, November, August, February. So anyway, yeah, why don't we just get to it? Okay, so I'm already logged in here, cool. And it's loading up, so we're gonna see what happens. We're just gonna do this together. TinyMan's journey continues, and we're excited to introduce Tiny tokens. Claim your tokens. So what you'll find if you go to this Medium article and you say go to claim your share of Tiny tokens, you can get to it. I think you can get, there's a separate airdrop tab, so you can get there anyway. You can get there that way if you just go to the main TinyMan page and go to airdrop. All right, so we're gonna click on claim your tokens, and I get 383964. Should we see how much that is? We're gonna talk. Well, we'll get there. We're gonna talk about how much that is. Remember that number, 3839. Okay, I'm gonna hit the claim button. Wants me to launch Para, so I'm going to do that. It wants me to opt in, so it's going to have me opt into Tiny. I guess that already did that. Oh, it actually tells you, and it tells you too your distribution house. I must have had the NFTs. Got some through interaction, some through liquidity, some through farming, and some through swapping. I do a lot of my swapping on here too, so it's telling you the amounts and then how you're getting it. Okay, now it's a locked Tiny token now. All right, I'm gonna. Well, before we do that, let's go to pools. I just want to see if there's a pool here. So it did come up. Okay, here it is. Tiny Algo, you'll get 35% in Tiny rewards and 35% in Algo. So what I'm confused about, if I lock it, can I also do this? I'm going to do this. I'm not going to lock it. And actually, so we actually got $143 worth of Tiny tokens. So we don't even have enough to, yeah, we barely have any. And 168 Algo is only $23. Okay, so anyway, if you wanted to, you could go through add liquidity and tiny algo pool. I'm gonna have to do that differently. Do they talk about, let me see if they talk about that on the, all right, I'm gonna go back to the claim your tokens page. Obviously we already claimed the tokens. What happens if I click this button? You can lock tokens. So lock it for, it's like a little under 4 years, and the APR is 4,100%. Interesting. That's a really high percentage, but one thing you always have to worry about with these tokens is the price action, because that can outpace even really high APRs, although that's a really high APR, and it might be, that'll probably change too, but let's head into Vestige to see how Tiny is doing. It's currently worth about 3 cents. So that's why we got it basically $143. Well, this is not what I've seen. This just went up in value. And what are we on? We are on day. Let's go the 1 hour chart. Oh, interesting. So we had a very typical ASA pattern where we shot right up and then shot back down, but now it's been slowly increasing again. That's very interesting. I'm not sure what that's going to do later on, but all right, the heck with it. I'm going to lock it. This might be really, really dumb, but you go locking it. Then you can go to govern. Now that you've locked it, you can participate. So let me see. Does that mean it's open or not? I'm really curious. Nope. So yeah, it's one or the other. So either you can put Tiny Algorand in a pool for farming, or you have to do it on the or you can lock it. If you lock it, you can't do this. So you can't double dip here, but 4,000% is a really high percent. But from what I've seen, I've had, when I was using Yieldly, I had pools on Yieldly where I was getting like 1,000% and I still lost money. So don't think it's a guarantee, but I think of it as, I didn't really do anything for this Tiny. It just came to me, so it was free money. So we'll just throw it in there, see what happens, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, well, thanks so much for watching today. I hope you learned how to go through and get your own TinyMan airdrop. If you're interested in that on Algorand, I think it's, like I said, I'm always a little distrustful of ASAs, so I would just not think too much about it. But if you're going to get free tokens, you might as well get free tokens. You can sell it now and make some money, or you can lock it in and do some governance and check that out. Yeah, whatever your preference is. I know a lot of people get mad if you sell it, but it's your Tiny. You can do what you want with it, in my opinion. So let me know what you think if you got the airdrop. Let me know in the comments below how much Tiny you got in your airdrop. I'd be really curious to hear that. Otherwise, I'm FrugalBC. Stay safe out there. Subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Don't smash, just press gently. And as always, I'll see you in the future.